How I would describe balut to somebody who's never tried it before would be like, it's the best hard-boiled egg you could ever have with like 10 times more umami flavor, and there's broth in there. It's like having a meal in an egg. It's so good. Welcome to Knock It or Try It, where we get to try specialty foods from around the world, and I walk you through how to eat them. Today, I'm gonna show you one of my absolute favorites, balut. Yes, this is the duck egg embryo. It's perfectly cooked and ready to enjoy, and I'm gonna show you how. So as a kid, you probably had milk and cookies as a midnight snack. I, on the other hand, had balut. And that's because like later at night, there would be a balut vendor walking down the street yelling, balut! And then we would go out and he would have this large basket filled with balut, freshly cooked and insulated in cloth to keep it warm. So then we would get one balut for each member of our family, my parents, my grandparents, my siblings and I, and then we would all enjoy balut together in the living room. Those were great times. All right, let's get you started on eating some balut. Step one is go to a Southeast Asian supermarket. Look for the duck eggs. They should look slightly more gray and larger compared to the white chicken eggs. I usually find balut at the Filipino markets that I go to, but you may find some at some Vietnamese markets as well. Step two, boil them. So these take about 30 minutes to boil, about 3 times longer than your typical chicken egg, but trust me, the wait is worth it. Step 3, gather your condiments. So you can enjoy balut on its own. I used to for a very long time. It tastes really good with a sprinkle of salt. A lot of people put salt on their balut. And I've also seen people, and I also like to do this, dip their balut in good vinegar, okay? No white distilled vinegar here. That stuff is flavorless. Go for something like maybe sukang Ilocos, which is a Filipino vinegar that's made from sugarcane. It's like a deep, dark color, and bonus points if there's some chilies in there. This one does. It's so good. Step 4, after the 30 minutes is up, let your balut cool down before you handle it. This gets really hot. If this is your first time eating balut, I'm pretty sure this step won't be difficult for you. Step 5, it's time to open our secret balut. And how you're gonna do that is you're gonna look at the egg, okay? And then you're going to look for the rounder side. So this one is rounder, this is pointier. So you want this side, and you're gonna tap it on a hard surface. You can do that on your table or on the plate that you're using. The reason why we choose the rounder side is because the air pocket is usually there, so it'll give you space so that you can successfully open your balut. So a few taps should do it. You just want to be able to break through this eggshell because it's pretty thick. Make sure you turn the egg back up and you carefully peel it, okay? Because there's gonna be some soup in here. Okay. It's like a xiaolong bao, like a soup dumpling, but in an egg. You see how there's a thin layer of membrane here? You usually have a thin layer of membrane as well on a normal chicken egg. It's just white, so you don't really see it. But here, you can see it, so just peel it back. Oh, this one's a little bit dry. This one doesn't have the broth. I'm kind of sad about that. That's okay. I can open another one. Let's open this one. Okay, see how this one is like extremely pointy on one side? This one's a lot easier to tell which one the rounder side is in. No, this one doesn't have a lot either. Why don't these have liquid in it? Oh my gosh, okay. Let me show you this one. Let's try this last one. Oh my goodness, this one doesn't have broth in it either. They're so dry. I'm gonna crack, you better, this one better have it. Which one's the round side? This one. This one has it. This one has it, guys, okay. Okay, perfect. 4th time's the charm, I guess. That has never happened to me before. Maybe I overcooked it. Okay, so perfect. Do you see how this one has the broth inside? Granted, it's not a lot. Usually there's a lot more. But you're gonna take this and then slurp it up. So then when you drink the soup, you kind of get a preview of what the rest of the balut is gonna taste like. Just peel it like you normally would an egg. And yes, the color is a lot darker and it's a lot more different because remember, there's an embryo in here. Those chicken eggs that you guys are cooking, they're white because they just haven't been fertilized, and that's what they look like. But if the chicken eggs got fertilized and you let them grow a little bit, it's probably gonna look almost like this. When you look at balut, sometimes it kind of ends up looking like layers, kind of like a parfait. So you have 3 parts to it. There it is. Okay, so then here is that bato, or the stone part that you discard. And that's because we typically don't eat this. This part is super gummy. You just kind of discard it. And then the yolk you actually kind of see at the bottom. This is the yellow part. This is the part that a lot of people love to eat. And the gray part here is the duck. And so this is the part that everybody seems to freak out about. But in my opinion, this is the best part. And of course, a lot of people are gonna freak out because it looks kind of different from your typical chicken egg. But the thing you gotta know about balut is that it's got 10 times more umami flavor than your typical hard-boiled chicken egg. So how do you expect something that has 10 times more umami flavor to look like? So now you just start eating it. What you can do is you can take a sprinkle of salt, then put a little bit on your balut, and then just chomp right in. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. Okay, now let me show you. So this is what the balut looks like when you bite into it. You kind of get both the duck and the yellow part. It's super flavorful, super good. I highly recommend you not going and dissecting this so that you can fully enjoy it. So I had been enjoying balut for years. I didn't actually find the duck until maybe I was 12 years old. I decided to take it apart and then I found the duck's head, and that stopped me from eating it for like a couple weeks. I don't want you guys to like stop yourself from eating it because everyone's like, oh my God, there's a duck in there. But it's so flavorful. It's like chicken soup in an egg. And then this part, I'll just show you. I mean, nobody eats this because it's super tough, but I don't know, how do I describe it? It's like rubber. This part is like rubber, so nobody really eats it. So you just throw this part away. This kind of sucks because I got an egg that has a really big piece of this like stone. But there are some where it's only like a tiny piece at the bottom, and that's like, oh, you've hit the jackpot. Okay, and like I said, you can enjoy this with vinegar. It's so good with vinegar. So just shake this up so you can get all the chilies. Oh my gosh, this is spicy. Oh. Okay, let's just dip it in there. Most of the duck is gone at this point. It's mostly the yellow. Maybe do both. Maybe do some salt, and then dip it in vinegar. I just saw the head. All right, do you see it? There's the head. Just don't look at it. Just don't look at it, but I'm showing you. Right, I'm telling you, don't look for the duck. It's not a good way to start your balut experience. Just eat it, okay? Don't look, just bite. So good. The best part is, all 4 of these are for me. I'm so sad none of these other ones have broth in it. There's some good balut where it's like, oh, like you get a ton of broth, and then the stone part, like at the bottom of the egg, is super small, so you just get like the yolk and the duck. Like that is the best balut. Ooh, okay, check this one out. This one was a lot easier to peel compared to the last one. So you can see like this here is the yolk. It kind of wraps around the egg. It's like they're dancing together. They're like blending with each other. And then here's the stone part. So yeah, sometimes the balut doesn't come in a perfect layer. Sometimes they're all intertwined within each other. So here, ooh, I broke it. Here's the yellow part, and it wrapped around the duck, which is kind of like this, the whiter or like the gray part. And then this part is the stone. You can usually tell by the way it feels. It's a lot firmer compared to the yolk and the duck. Enjoy as usual. I like dipping it in the salt and in the vinegar at the same time. Usually when there's balut present, that means we're having a party. It's a good time. Oh my gosh, I forgot a very important part when having balut. I'll be right back. Oopsies. This beer. Beer is such a huge part in having balut. A lot of people like to enjoy it with beer because balut is considered pulutan, which is the term for foods that you typically eat while you're drinking beer with friends. Mmm. Yum. Well, since I forgot the beer, I think we should have another balut with it. Oh, I forgot this part. I forgot this one. So, the name of the series, Balut. Would you knock it or would you try it? Tell me in the comments below. I want to know who my foodie friends are. Oh, this one's a fat one. Man, I'm already kind of full, but I already opened it. Oh, so the broth is like trapped in between the layers here, so it's kind of dripping out. Some salt. Vinegar. Whoa, the duck in this one is pretty big. There it is, it's like a little roast duck. Oh, I'm getting so full. These are massive. This is it, this is my last bite. I'm too full. Oh. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm saving this one for later. I'm so full. So yeah, if you like this balut video tutorial and found it useful, send it to a friend or family member who's been on the fence about trying balut, and send them a couple of balut eggs while you're at it. Well, thanks guys for letting me show you how to eat my childhood favorite snack. If there's other types of foods that you want me to feature here on Knock It or Try It, tell me in the comments below. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. Oh, of course, hit that subscribe button and the bell right next to it so that you can be first to get alerted of the weekly videos that I put out on this channel. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!